So my conclusion about the Wuthering Waves 2.3, the game itself is great. There are tons of improvement, there are tons of QoL updates, there are tons of events, there are tons of things to do, new endgame mode type of elusive realm. But come on, subscribe! Hello guys, it's been 24 hours since the live stream of Wuthering Waves 2.3 broadcast, so I have a lot of time to reflect and I have a lot of time to think and form my own opinion about the matter and this anniversary. Okay, so yeah, without further ado, let's just run down everything that they have to offer in 2.3. And yeah, to be fair, we have to go through it all and see what we think or what I think about it. Yeah, of Solon doing some weird journey from Huanglong to Rinasita. Then we meet this guy named Bawang. He said there's a lot of things to cover, which is true. Okay, now we go to the trailer for 2.3. Let's watch it and let me share you what I think about the trailer. I personally do not really like the chibi stuff, and I don't feel like it's cute. So yeah, I don't not like it, but I know it is subjective. Next brand, and this weirdly there's Calcharo here, but yeah, he is a mercenary, and so he's switching from place to place. Then we go to with Sunny Story Quest, which is awesome. That means we get new area to explore. The Black Alley, okay. This reminds me of Fortress of Meropide, the one in Fontaine, the prison in Fontaine. And then we got Sunny Kid. How she work in game, it looks cool, very cool. Okay, that's awesome. Oh, right. Oh, and that move is awesome. Not gonna lie. And then this is Chachona. The music is awesome. And yeah, it looks great. She looks great.
The tale of all our adventures together.
And then we got the glimpse of her companion quest.
Talos doesn't stop anyone from challenging her.
Talos?
In fact, she tells them if they beat her, they get to be the new Talos.
Oh,
Black Alley
okay.
has its own rules, and I'm simply following them to keep things running smoothly.
Before you talk about rules, first learn not to make my life harder.
Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the new story event, just like the Moon Festival in 1.2.
My eternal summer will never fade.
Okay, this is funny. What is Calcharo doing here? Okay, they're dancing, they're singing. Okay, so that's the trailer for 2.3, which is awesome trailer, not gonna lie. But then we go to some little bit explanation about Zani, which is awesome, and this is her confine animation. And then I'm not going to dive into Zani or Chachona, but they are awesome characters, and here they are just explaining about Zani, And then this part they open with music, which is great. They are selling Chiachona here, and yeah, Chiachona is awesome. She's a singer, but she's also a buffer for Aero. Okay. And yeah, I don't as much as good presentation of the characters, which is Sunny and Chiachona. I feel like it doesn't really matter because it's them selling a product, right? So yeah, it's for their own benefit, which is great, and I have no problem with that at all. So I'm just saying I'm neutral on that. Okay, great trailer, but not beneficial for me personally, who don't plan to pull any of them. Okay, then they explain about the mission of GBNA. Also say that this is based on rover's memory data, right? But the weird thing is, how is Ling Yang and Jian is not here? It's weird because Jian and Ling Yang actually spend times with Rover doing story quests like that, but suddenly there's calcharo.
Bruh.
What? Like, look cool. I like calcharo, that I like him to appear more often in the story, so make him more relevant in the story overall. Okay, I have no problem with that. Maybe make him Mr. Worldwide like Child in Genshin Impact. Okay, so I want him to be that character. But yeah, I feel like this is so odd that there's no Ling Yang and Jian here. But yeah, as I said earlier, I do not like chibi stuff, so yeah. But this is awesome. This is awesome. This is awesome. This can be a new beta for probably combining skill between certain unit. And this particular, they are giving the example for what is it called, Jinshi and Camellia, which is awesome. Camellia spinning, and then there's a laser from Jinshi, which is very good beta, or probably them trying some stuff to spice things up and make things more interesting in the battle in the future, probably, right? So you don't have to always be in with their best in slot, like Jinshi have to be with either Jeje or Cantarella, like Brand doesn't always have to be with Sanhua and Changli and something like that. I like that there's a combination of skill, and I hope they deep dive into it, which is this is a +1 for the Wuthering Waves to me. We will get Sigil here, which is great, and yeah, cool stuff. But I'm not really going to put it because I don't fancy chibi stuff, as I said earlier and many times. Okay, and now this, the banner. Oh shit, the banner. Now we are talking about the banner. Okay, the banner will consist of Lumi, Taochi, and Yuanwu. I do not have S6 Lumi and S6 Yuanwu, which is great. I will pull them in this banner. And oh shit, the weapon is shit. Okay. And then this, like, how to make this thing, how to say it without being absolutely an idiot, you know? Like, they give out Shangliao for free in 2.1, in 1.2, because it was filler patch, and yeah, it's kind of a damage control for doing their launch wasn't that good, and free Shangliao is a great thing. But that set an expectation. Anniversary should be the time where the devs give back to the player base and celebrate the anniversary. Yay, our game is lasting another year, right? But doing anniversary confin, 5 of them, and then another 5 on the phase 2. It feels like this is for Will, you know. This doesn't feel like a celebration to our player who are going through from 1.0 to 2.3. It feels like for a player who just joined the game, or for players who are well and do not start with 1.0. I feel like this is the banner for them, which is why this doesn't really benefit the old player and the player that currently playing, right? The one that's sustaining the game for the longest one, right? Yeah, of course I can do pull for probably one of these to increase my strength and doing vertical investment, but let's be real here, it's not for us, it's not for players who are dedicating their time, their effort to play the game and having sustain the kurogames within this game, right? This is for whales or for new players. Okay, and then their weapon too. So essentially there's 24 banners in 2.3, which is absolutely crazy. And we got pulls, of course we get pulls, we will dive right into later, but 24 banners and not that many pulls. What? This doesn't sound like Wuthering Waves, you know. Wuthering Waves usually giving enough pulls for, they guarantee us one pull as a free-to-play player, one character pull. Okay, so around 80 PT, right? There's 24 banner, and we get around what, 100 pulls. I mean, yeah, 30 from the events and blah blah blah, and then the rest is from probably depth of elusive realm and daily login and things like that. I feel like this is wrong, you know. I personally feels like, okay, the banner is there, but the PT is 50 or 40, and then the, at least for first pull, okay, first pull on one phase and first pull on second phase are only 40 PT and guaranteed. Okay, that would be very great, either for weapon or characters, and that means I'm going to pull for characters if that's the case. But this is not it, man. 80 pulls, and I'm not even including 50-50 here. If I lose, then go F myself. Like, I don't think this is it, man. And then we talk about the second phase, and the second phase is Jachona with Tanjin, Yang, and Mortefi. And then we get another 5 banners of Jinxi, Changli, Carota, Zuchia, Brand, and their weapons. In total, there will be 24 banners. 24 banners, and we are not getting in like at least a guarantee, you know. And I think this is just wrong. This doesn't sound like Wuthering Waves. Okay, what I meant by that is, if in regular patch we get around 80 to 120 pulls for character to guarantee at least one character despite 50-50, I think it is fair to ask for at least guarantee 2 characters or probably 3 characters if they do not give us free limited unit character, right? Do you think it's fair? I personally think it's fair. As I said previously, they can turn the banner into 50 PT or 40 PT. Then the first thing that we get is guaranteed, and then we have to battle the 50-50 and normal PT. Okay, and that works in phase 1 one time and work in second phase one time. I personally think that is going to be a very good idea in my personal opinion to fix all this mess. Also adding more pulls. Okay, this is talking about the Dreaming Deep, the Depth of Elusive Realm, the revamped one, and I find it is absolutely great. Let's see. Okay, we can upgrade the characters, which is awesome, giving some sense of progression inside the game. We can do it in our free time, right? I don't think this is a mandatory, but we can do it for our personal satisfaction, which is leveling up these characters and leveling up their proficiency here, which is absolutely awesome. And trying some combination. And I see there's okay, Xia, Rover, and Jian, right? You can see, and then you can see there's a sap strings. Okay, red. They are speaking about red crownless, which is great.
全息战略幻痛在2.3也新增了2个挑战。全息战略
Okay, Flutterless and Lorelei, which is awesome.
在2.3版本中，试炼商店也
Yuk ikutan.
Cobain Fanta Mixperience versi kalian.
Ikutan sebelum 16 Maret 2025.
哦，是漂泊者
I'm not going to use it for obvious reasons. And then this is login event.
闹活动也将如期
Useful login event.
在2.3活动。
Okay, this is another event, login event as well, but the reward is 300 Azrites and some of Echo Tubes and Echo Tuner, which is great. Okay, this is another Lolo campaign event.
这块业务能不能继续搞下去，真的要靠漂泊者们啦。
And they're talking about statistic, which is absolutely useless to me. Just fun fact, you know, not useful, but just fun fact. Talking about glider and flight. Okay, glider and flight. I'm disappointed that they do not announce that glider actually available in other region with a condition that you have to collect certain percentage of the treasures in the open world. Like that would be absolutely awesome, right? So people can go around gliding and hunt echoes from 1.0, which is I did that earlier because I'm trying to farm for Ling Yang's Lingering Tune, and yeah, the traversal experience is not bad, but definitely not better at all compared to the Rinasita. Okay, I personally do not like the zesty color and the effects, and I'm not liking that. Like that's just not my taste. Okay, just personally. If you like it, awesome. I have no ill will against you.
还有脱尾效果的不同的深海
No.
幻影呢？那必须
And different resonator can select their own skin, yeah, for the glider, which is great. Okay, now let's move on to second update.
我们即将上线深海数据
Echo Data Modifier.
深海数据重构。是啊，全世界都知道很难的啦。
Okay,
那如果我们优
that's actually awesome if you are trying to farm for 3 cost echo. They are the most annoying echo to farm because their RNG is very deep. Like there are 2 elements, there are 2 sets in each 3 cost echo, right? Then on top of that, there are attack, HP, def, energy regen, fusion attack, glacio attack, havoc attack, aero attack, and what is it called? Spectral attack. There are so many layers of RNG. Okay, so yeah, I personally think this is a good update for the people who are not used to spend their time or hours and hours and hours grinding for echo. Okay,
化主因属性词条或
for example, you are farming for Zani, right? And the echo of Capitan is actually the best in slot to be in the first slot for her. Now, getting double crit itself is hard in 3 costs, okay? Because they're very rare. And now, with the help of this, you are actually going to be able to build her easily, okay? Which is great because, yeah, you already farm Eternal Radiance, I assume, in the previous versions for either Phoebe or Spectral Rover, right? Also, I do not like that Solon always talking about this is very player friendly, this is very player friendly. Like, come on, man, just let the player decide if it's player friendly or not. They know what they are getting.
取消冷却时间。
At least the same one.
当然，哦吼！
Okay, no cooldown for bosses, right? Which is that's actually very awesome update.
有的冷却时间。
That's actually very awesome update. So I do not have to go there. Happy birthday message is absolutely pointless. It's only for people who are having some sort of weird relationship with PNG characters in the game. Not me. That's definitely not me.
请注意，
This
生日
update is
设置完
not
成。
me.
惊喜内容。
But I like the
漂泊者
rewards
可
though.
邀请一位心仪的共鸣者一起度过，他也将为漂泊者送上特别的
And also the crown is
还有
weird.
小纪念。
还是高瞻远瞩。
Okay, so that's what I mean by player friendly. Like, oh come on, man.
这生日祝予惜支持，度过每一
系统也将迎来
It's not like we get 10 pulls or anything. Glossery.
理解或较为关键的事件。
Okay, the glossary is actually very good for those who are having problem understanding the lore or the words in the Solaris, and they also use some words that pretty hard to understand. Yeah, so it is very great that they have glossary in this
将会
game.
增加一个超链接的项
Now
目
I
线
can
显
see
示
what
漂泊
am
者
I
可以
missing
直接
here.
点击长将
Ray tracing, okay, ray tracing and what is it called? 220 FPS for all devices that lower than the criteria. I mean the initial criteria, which is absolutely awesome. Okay, I like that. I like that. I'm very happy than the first time I heard it on stream yesterday. You can see it
以
yourself.
及因扩大了支持的要求更低的情况下，请关注后续的官方。
我感觉你
I think I can hold
这
the
个
Wuthering Waves with 120 FPS because my graphic card is pretty strong.
嘛，倒也不能算
Not
优
very strong. It's 6700 XT from Radeon.
但是漂泊者听了应该也会开心了，所以就在这里向大家一并公告啦。第9个，
Number 9.
我们为漂泊
Special
者准
gift
备了一份周年庆赠礼，在5月23日，也就是明朝曾
Okay.
经正式公测的日，直接领取10个
Okay,
波纹
which is
以及
cool.
周年专属纪念头像，冥想一瞬。
Another 10 pulls by just logging
漂
in.
泊者们记得
Do
在
it.
5月。
各位漂泊者
By the time that Wuthering Waves had anniversary, which is great. But 10 pulls, remember, 24 banners. And not 50-50 guaranteed. And only 10 pulls. What is that gonna do? Okay, shop reset for whales. Obviously not for me. Okay, this is Gilded Nightmare. But the question is, I already done all the event here. Then I already got this Nightmare Dreamless. I mean Phantom Dreamless and Phantom Inferno Rider and Phantom Lorelei. And I already have this projection for this weapon and this weapon, which I never use anyway. So the question is, if player already did to all the contents, do we get to do this again? Or what? This is pretty much still a mystery. Okay, this is where they're going to reveal the swimsuit for Changi and Carota.
好吧，那我就全盘托出吧。在未来的2.4版本
But in 2.4,
现2位共鸣者的全新服饰，他们分别是我们另隐舱室
okay, Changi looks as beautiful as always.
以及莫塔里
And then
加古尔
Carota,
小姐
okay. But I don't really like why they already reveal it now when they release it in 2.4. Probably for the voucher, which I'm not gonna win anyway because that, by the description of the event, this is some sort of competition, so I'm not gonna win that, right? Like, I don't know. Probably I gonna win if this is not competition. You just have to go and do some tasks. I probably win and probably able to buy them, but most likely that's not the case. That's going to be competition, and I'm not going to win that. I'm not going to try to win that because yeah, it's not worth it for my time, to be perfectly honest. But I don't like it when they are saying they're going to release this in future version. What? Why not now? Why? Okay, Carota looks beautiful by the way. I just hope they are not going to get censored. Okay, echo data modification as we discussed earlier. And then this crown, I'm not going to use it anyway. Absolutely useless in my personal opinion. And then glider, I'm not big fan of the new glider as well. And then claim Canadian Tide for the anniversary, the exact anniversary. For 24 banners. Returning event, useless for me. Okay, game resource smaller file size, great. And coming to Steam, good. And no cooldown boss fight, great for farming echoes and yeah. Anniversary event, initial. That's absolutely unimportant. Okay, Glossery, yeah. Wide ride racing range, outfit voucher, additional Pioneer podcast reward. Anniversaries, sounding waves, anniversary numbers. Oh, probably the statistics. More events and updates are coming soon. Okay, now they are trying to reveal the future collab for Edge Runner Cyberpunk. Actually, I heard a lot of positive stuff about this anime, which is great. Besides the vibe of Cyberpunk, Edge Runner is not much different from the Wuthering Waves. And also, probably 2026 we are going to, what's it called? New Federation. New Federation is reported to be, according to Mortevi, region that kinda worship technologies, which is awesome. Some people said it's going to be similar like Midgar from Final Fantasy, and that even strengthened the belief and the speculation about Cyberpunk Edge Runner becoming in line with the vision of the game, which is great. Then they are revealing that there will be another story for Cartia in 2.4. Just like, of course, the story continue. Then we are going to listen for some choir. So yeah, that's the end of the broadcast. The content itself is not much, but holy crap, the duration is pretty long. That's 1 hour longer than their usual live stream for other version. There are a lot of yapping in the characters, which is, I guess, cool because they are selling the characters. But I do not like the reward, man. Like, okay, so my conclusion about the Wuthering Waves 2.3, the game itself is great. There are tons of improvement, there are tons of QoL updates, there are tons of events, there are tons of things to do, new endgame mode in new type of elusive realm. But come on, the rewards is very lackluster. Very lackluster. Like, the rewards is more like for people who either just come to the game or whale who miss all their characters. It's not for us who are playing this game every day since the release of the game, sustaining this game to this point, and yeah, that's pretty disappointing. That is why I dislike it, because Wuthering Waves usually not like this, you know. This doesn't feel like kurogames in my personal opinion. But what do you guys think about the anniversary? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, click the bell, ding ding, so you won't miss my next video when it's uploaded or live stream when it's live. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next video. Goodbye and see you soon. Peace out.